Interesting story from Poker Beach. Another article just came out today. Oh, yesterday. Black Bolt and White Flare to experience severe shortage, but TPCI is now catching up. So this is according to one of the TPCI's biggest US distributors. They received word that the Black Bolt and White Flare allocations will be much less than Prismatic Evolutions. Now you would have noticed that Prismatic Evolutions has been very difficult to obtain, and the allocations have been very low recently. And the set after Prismatic Evolutions, which is Destined Rivals, that one has also been impacted significantly. So Destined Rivals allocations were also quite bad, actually very bad, to put it that way. And now she has this article saying Black Bolt and White Flare will also be worse than, much less than Prismatic Evolutions. So that is not good news. Not good news at all. So it means it's going to be much more difficult to get these products. And because there is hype, as I've explained in the previous videos, that I think Black Bolt and White Flare is at least an A-tier set, just based on the information that's released thus far. I think this set will be in high demand. So if the allocation is much less, then pre-release prices could be hyped quite high. But let's see. He also mentions there's some good news on the horizon. And following the initial print runs, TPCI has been busy reprinting past items like Surgeon's Box, Booster Boxes, and Prismatic Evolutions ETBs. I guess that is somewhat of a good news. And it's arrived in stores in the United States. Not as big as the original print runs, but it's still a sizable amount. Okay, you know what, that's good news for the US, but for locally, I don't know if we're gonna get this stock. If we do get the Prismatic Evolutions ETB, I'm definitely gonna get more if we return back to MSRP prices. But when it happened in US, locally we did not get any more ETBs. So yeah, don't have high hopes for that. As usual, this new supply will trickle down through supply chains, store supply chains over the coming months. It will depend on distribution chains how often the new supply will be sent to stores. Okay. Latest information lines up with news in March that more Prismatic Evolutions and 151 products will be arriving at GameStop this month. And it shows the product of the binder collection for Prismatic Evolutions and the Zapdos EX box. It usually takes TPCI around 6 months to respond to demand. Okay, so if this is the truth that Black Bolt and White Flare is going to be severely low in supply, then 6 months afterward, let's assume from the release of this, then more stock could come in 6 months after this. Okay, so that's end of the month. I mean, not end of the month, end of the year, November sometime. Okay, over here it says Pokemon TCG has seen unprecedented demand since the release of Pokemon TCG Pocket in the fall. Currently, TPCI is printing future sets at maximum capacity. Oof, okay, that does have other consequences. So is it saying that after sets such as Black Bolt and White Flare, we are going to get maximum capacity? Probably even printed demand. So I do feel that the Pokemon hype would cool down a bit. I initially thought after Destined Rivals, because Black Bolt and White Flare, I initially didn't have good high hopes for them, because really they were just Unova Pokemons and it's not really popular. But besides from Zekrom and Reshiram, other Unova Pokemons are not really popular, especially the starters. But because of the structure of the sets, because each 156 Unova Pokemons will get at least a illustration rare or a special illustration rare, I think this set is going to do very well. It's going to be very difficult to pull the card that you want, and there's over 800 cards in this set. So this set, specialty set wise, I think it has a great chance to contend with Prismatic Evolutions in terms of set value. So it's either below Prismatic Evolutions or the same level as Prismatic Evolutions. I think this set alone is already better than 151, but time will tell. For now, it is bad news that we're not gonna get as much products as we hoped. But again, I've put in a pre-order. Hopefully I get some of that. And yeah, this is key. Never give in to FOMO. As I've mentioned in previous videos, never buy new products, especially new products at MSRP. Yes, for items that are out of the print run, you just have to use your own judgment and research to determine whether you want to buy that product at market price. But for new sets, never buy at market price. Always wait for reprints and get a chance to buy the item cheaper. Yeah, that's all I have. Maybe bad news, but always be patient, and I'll catch you in the next one.